Big OG. Love. Niggas talk about stepping, don't own a pair of shoes. Only time they in smoke when they puffin' on a cool. You can play a fool, I put your life in suspension. Playing with Red Joe, you better make the right decision or I'll cause a collision. Yeah, we can't collide. Good at creeping, hope you like being surprised. Like a op, like a hope, I be peeping through the blind. Should've been from downtown, cause I stay with a Glock 9. 19X khaki like a Dickie suit.
100 Mob in the building. You already know what it is. That was Rego with Rego Flow, repping New Orleans, Louisiana. You know what time it is, man. Salute to the whole NO. You already know how it go. And you already know to all my haters in the face, you look like a donkey. Straight up and down, I just want to tell you. Now, if you need to get at me for promo, you need to go to the Real Field TV. You need to keep it real with yourself. You understand what I'm talking about? And you need to go ahead on and DM me and lock in. You already know what time it is, man. We're going to drop links below, and we also going to community tab the song, Rego Flow. Now, we want to talk about, you know what I'm talking about, Kid, man. You know what I'm saying? Peanut. You understand what I'm talking about? Zant, you already know what it is. We got to talk about him, man, because we looking at, you know, all the NO rappers that came along, you know what I'm saying? They had their time to shine. It seemed like to me, Kid was always that type of guy that he always deserved his shine. He always went hard with the bars, was in Squad Up with Lil Wayne, was one of the shining members, man. You know what I'm saying? Talking that talk, you know what I'm saying? You know, when Wayne started finding himself and, you know, started spitting these bars over these East Coast beats, these West Coast beats, and, you know what I mean? Squad Up was just, you know, doing it all, you know what I'm saying? Going in for real. And I just feel like, you know, Kid, man, it took him a minute in his career to really get his shine. And when he got his shine, it still, you know what I mean, was short-lived, you know, each time. You know, the two separate times he did. Now, the thing is, man, he about to drop something, man. You know what I'm saying? Kite Son. You already know what time it is, man. We been hearing stuff from off this that he been cooking it up. And like, you know what I mean? It sound good. He still got the bars in play, you know what I'm saying? Still doing this thing hard, you know what I'm saying? One of the most lyrical people with the bars that come from out of NO, you know what I'm saying? Now, when we talk about Lil Wayne and we talk about, you know, the top 5 rappers in NO, you know what I'm saying? People try to leave Kid out, man, but he's definitely worthy of top 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know recitable bars of his. So it's like, come on, whether he was with G-Unit and 50 Cent picked him up or whatever, that was a shine that he got later on in his career. But, you know, they tried to do it old school and try to, you know, get up on the microphone with Flex and, you know, spit freestyles and stuff like that. And guess who was always shining? Kid, you know what I'm saying? Banks gonna talk his talk. You already know Banks gonna do what he do. But Buck and Kid is who we wanted to hear. You see what I'm saying? Tony Yayo say something, you know, say his little bars or whatever the case may be. We got to respect Yayo for being, you know what I mean, on the Mount Rushmore of one of the most loyal, you know what I mean, rap homeboys, nigga. Is him, Memphis, Bleak, Lil C's, you know what I'm saying, and a few other niggas. But what I'm saying is Kid been doing this for so long that, you know what I mean, he even missed out up on the Mrs. Officer song with, you know, Lil Wayne. He up on the song, you know what I mean, but he wasn't in the video. And that's what I mean by little, you know, crazy stuff happening when my man can't get his shine the way he should get his shine. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man. That was an alley hoop from Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, him, you know what I'm saying, all of the, you know, Squad Up members, you know what I mean, they had a little breakup back in the day and stuff like that. And you got to look at it, man. Kid been holding this weight and been doing this thing for so long that, you know what I mean, it's time for him to come up again. That's why he dropping like this. You see what I'm saying? And it ain't got nothing to do with trying to reach a nationwide success. He already had that, you know what I'm saying, by doing stuff that, you know, a lot of New Orleans artists wasn't doing. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, the only person that, you know, was going to sign with G-Unit, you know what I'm saying, was Soulja Slim before, you know what I mean, he passed. You know what I'm saying? He was looking into doing that. You know, I felt like that's the main reason why he probably went to the unit in the first place, because it was always a New Orleans presence that was supposed to be inside the group to see how it worked out. And we seen how it worked out. You know, the music was good, but you know, the time for G Unit had just passed, and 50 was trying to, you know, revamp the unit. He dropped Animal Ambition and stuff like that, which was a good album at I had. You know what I'm saying? But you got to look at it. That album made 50 rich. You know what I'm saying? Though when he was stepping out on this independent bay, didn't have Jimmy Iovine and everybody behind him and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So he put out himself. And you know what I'm saying? He did videos to each song. Had Yo Gotti up there. You know what I mean? Kid up there. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, he got shine and stuff like that. It's just that now we tuning in as, you know, more mature fans of Kid. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what he do. And we know that he a lyrical guy. You know, so all you gotta do is look at them G Unit freestyles of Kid. You know what I'm saying? Listen to him up on, you know what I'm saying, The Beauty, you know what I mean, and the Beast album, you know what I'm saying, EP or whatever they had. You know what I'm saying? You know when G Unit had that little run, you know? And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So it's like Kid can never be counted out, man. Kid gonna always be a legend when we talk about New Orleans rap culture and we talk about New Orleans rap history. You know, this ain't no different from others that's just like Kid that may be lyrical that keep getting counted out. But this time around, we're gonna hear what Kid got to say, and we're gonna listen to this album, and we're gonna hear what he really got to offer on this one. So y'all go ahead on and pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kid and what he doing out there. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know how y'all feeling about him. Real legend.